So 7 traits that separate men from boys. How to stop being a boy in a woman's eyes and become the man she actually respects and desires. Have you ever noticed that moment when you're talking to a woman that you like, and it could be a girl you're dating, your girlfriend, your wife even, and you can just feel it. She's looking at you, but she's not seeing a man. She's seeing a boy, a nice, harmless, safe little boy. The kind of guy that she'd call when her car breaks down or she needs help moving a couch, but never the guy she'd call at 2 a.m. because she can't stop thinking about climbing on top of you and having you inside her. In this video, I'm going to show you the 7 specific traits that separate men from boys in a woman's eyes and why guys accidentally kill attraction by being too nice, too safe, and too harmless. And then I'm going to show you the 7 internal shifts that make women see you as a high-value man they respect and desire, instead of just another option in her phone or a guy that she can treat like a doormat. Hi, I'm Bobby Rio, and I want to tell you about a moment that still makes me cringe. Years ago, I'm working at a restaurant out of college, and there's this girl there. She was a hostess, Lisa, and we just had great chemistry. We'd be the last 2 people at work having a drink together. I'd walk her to her car, we'd talk for hours, and every single time, I'd get to that moment where inside I know I could have made a move. And I'd wind up talking myself out of it. It's not the right time. What if she doesn't feel the same way? I'll be embarrassed if I have to see her at work, and I don't want to ruin the friendship. 3 different times, 3 perfect opportunities, and I let every single one slip by. You know who didn't wait for the perfect moment? My coworker, Jeff. The guy just went for it. He kissed her, and just like that, he was the man, and I was the boy who walked her to her car and sent her cheerful texts. And that's when it hit me. I wasn't playing the game to win. I was playing not to lose. And those are 2 completely different things. Playing to win versus playing not to lose. They're different games. The boys play it safe. The men take the risk. The boy waits for permission. The man leads the interaction. He leads the vibe, and he does not apologize for going after what he wants. The boy is terrified of rejection. The man knows that inaction is the only real rejection. That's playing to win. It's going for what you want. Playing to lose is waiting for the perfect moment, coming up with excuses, letting things slip by because you're not man enough to take action. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what separates the men from boys in a woman's eyes. Not the surface level stuff like muscles or money, but the internal traits that make her feel like she's with someone who's operating in a powerful masculine frame, someone that she can both respect and desire. So let's get into it. The first one is lead with certainty. Lead with certainty. Now, I want to be clear. When I say lead with certainty, this is not about giving her certainty about your feelings and all of that. It's you being certain in the moves you're making and not waiting for permission. Boys wait for permission, men lead. Here's something most guys don't realize. Women don't want to be the decision maker in the relationship. They want to be led, not controlled, led. There's a massive difference. But what do most guys do? What do you want to do tonight? Where do you want to go? What are you in the mood for? I don't know. What do you feel like doing? Back and forth like 2 ping pong balls waiting for the other one to make the first move. That's not a man. That's a child waiting for his mommy to tell him what to do. So I remember being invited to the Playboy Mansion years ago. It was a bucket list moment, and I'm there and I'm talking to this blonde near the grotto, and things are going well, right? At this point, I had learned a lot about game. I was there actually because I was invited by a company that was hosting an event there on attraction and all of that. And here I am talking to this girl for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and a rule that I actually learned from a woman is if you're talking to her at a social event and more than 5 minutes have gone by and she hasn't made an excuse to get back to her friends, she's into you. She's hoping you make a move. But me, I couldn't close. Why? Because I kept waiting for a green light. I kept waiting for her to give me permission to escalate. My buddy Johnson was also there, and he's watching the whole thing, and he comes over to me and he says, bro, you're not leading. You're like waiting for her to tell you it's okay to make your move. And I go, well, I thought about it for a second, and he was right. Escalation requires leadership. It requires being certain, moving forward without her waving a green flag telling you it's okay. Waiting for permission kills the momentum. Now, here's what to do instead. Stop asking and start declaring. Hey, we're gonna go to this jazz bar tonight. Hey, I'm picking you up at 8, come over here. I'm in the grotto talking to a girl. I could say, hey, let's go take a walk real fast. Let's get some fresh air. Now I'm moving her. And another secret is, if you're not sure how a woman feels and you're in a social event, ask her to move somewhere with you. Because if she's willing to move with you, you've now gotten a green light without having to wait for it. You proactively got it. You're not demanding, you're leading. And when a man leads with certainty, it creates what I call containment. She can relax into her feminine energy now because she feels safe. Boys ask for permission, men lead with certainty. Number 2 is emotional autonomy. This is one of the most important elements of becoming a man who wins in life, not just with women either. This is a critical skill. Emotional autonomy means your mood does not depend on anyone else's, including her. And this one's huge. If you want women to respect you as a man, your emotional state cannot be controlled by her. But most guys, they turn into human barometers the minute they start liking a girl. She texts back fast, they're on cloud 9. She takes too long, they're spiraling. She likes another guy's photo, now they're pacing around their apartment running emotional forensics on what it could mean. Here's the truth. If a woman can flip your mood like a light switch, she will never respect you, because deep down she knows, I can control this guy's emotions, and there's zero attraction in that. A boy can't control his emotions. A man can. A man is like a rock. She pulls back, cool, you don't flinch. She tests you, gets moody, says something passive aggressive, you don't snap, you don't get grovel, you don't explain, you just hold frame like a mountain. A metaphor I often tell my clients, especially my married clients, is that she's the weather, you're the mountain. Her moods are gonna come, they're gonna go, they're gonna change day to day, they're gonna change moment to moment, but you're stable. You don't let them knock you out of your frame, because your emotional state is not up for negotiation. Now, to be clear, this doesn't mean being a robot. You can care, you can be playful, but your sense of peace, that's yours. And once she feels that she can't knock you off your center, now you're the one with gravity. You become the one that she orbits around. Boys let her control the remote. Men own their emotional world. Number 3. Set boundaries and enforce them. Not with lectures, not with long ultimatum texts. Let me tell you about a dentist that I was getting cosmetic work done with many years ago. And I visited several of them, and most of them were eager as hell. It was gonna be a big sale. And these guys were kissing my ass for business. But one dentist, he had a sign that said, if you're more than 5 minutes late, you have to reschedule, no compromising. I'm like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. But it was a little abrupt. I was like, oh, that's a little. And then when he's going over the procedure with me, doing his little sales pitch, I tried to rush him because I had heard it, from other guys, and I didn't want to listen to a sales pitch. And I was like, yeah, I know what I want. I just want you to give me the price so I know how much it costs. And he just looks at me and he says, maybe we're not right for each other. Guess which dentist I chose? Him. Why? Because his standards communicated his value. He wasn't desperate for my business. He was willing to walk away, and that made me want to work with him more. Now, granted, the guy had good credentials and he had good, references and stuff, but what ultimately put me over the line was the fact that he had a take it or leave it attitude towards me, which made me go, oh, this guy probably has a line of customers waiting for him. But it's the same thing with women. Most guys think setting boundaries means delivering a speech. Look, I just value honesty, and if you're not ready for something real, that's fine, but I need communication, and I won't deal with a woman who's flaky, and dude, that's not a boundary. That's like a customer service complaint you're giving her. Strong boundaries don't come with a speech. They come with a shift. She disrespects your time, you don't chase her to reschedule. She brings drama, you change the subject, or you leave the conversation. She crosses a line, you don't warn her, you just step back and let her feel your absence. No fanfare, no temper tantrum, no dramatic exit. That's what women respect. Not the guy who talks tough, but the guy who quietly holds the line. Boys explain their standards, men enforce them. The next thing you want to keep in mind is embracing tension. Number 4 is embrace tension. Embrace tension, do not run from it. This was my Achilles heel for a very, very long time. I was like a freaking drunken firefighter rushing to extinguish even the smallest spark of tension. I remember once in college, a girl randomly walked up to me at a party, leaned in, and kissed me on the lips, unprovoked. And what do? I asked her what her major is, like a clueless idiot. She kissed me on the lips, and I got so tense, I blurted out, "So, how's your statistics class?" Another time, I'm on a couch, and this woman sits down right next to me, close enough that her leg is brushing against mine. And you know what I do? I actually scooted over, like, can't let those legs touch me, she might think I'm creepy. Here's what I learned. Tension is where attraction lives. It's the silence that lingers after eye contact. It's when she pulls back just slightly and you don't flinch. It's the gray area between she likes me and I have no idea what she's thinking. When you can sit in that tension without panicking, without over-explaining, over-texting, or overcompensating, it makes her feel something almost no guy ever gives her. Butterflies, anticipation, curiosity. She doesn't fall for the guy who instantly makes her feel safe and certain and comfortable. She falls for the guy who gives her butterflies and keeps her guessing, who's unpredictable, who amps up the tension. So stop trying to solve the gray area. Live in it. Hell, build a summer home in it. Boys kill the tension, men let it simmer. If you've read my book, The Invisible Game, I dedicate a lot of time to it because there's two elements of tension. There's your ability to handle tension, whether that's her not replying right away to a text or making eye contact or her flirting. When the tension comes, you have to be able to sit with it. But you also have to know how to create tension on your own, whether it's, like I said, holding eye contact or slowing things down at the right moment or pulling back and leaving her wanting more. Tension equals attraction. Now, if you haven't already, grab a copy of the Invisible Game book and thank me later. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Next is have a mission. Have a mission. She joins your journey, not the other way around. So here's something that changed everything for me. About 18 years ago, I was building my business, and that was my primary focus. I treated dating as secondary. I even told a really awesome girl once, look, it's not really a good time for me right now. I have to give my business all my attention. And I had been blowing her off a lot. And you know what she said to me? She said, that's what I find most attractive about you. Wait, what? I basically said I don't have time for you, and she wanted me more. That's because women want a man who knows where he's going, who's going somewhere, a man on a mission. She wants to feel like she's joining your journey, not that she is the journey. Think about it this way. She wants to be the sexy cheerleader on the sidelines, cheering the star quarterback on, not the entire reason that you get out of bed in the morning. Most guys do the opposite. They meet a woman and within a week, their whole schedule revolves around her. Gym sessions skipped, work half-assed, friends haven't seen them in days. You're basically on standby waiting for her next text. And what happens, she feels it. Women have an intuition. They know when your world has shrunken down to her. And instead of being flattered, she starts to pull back because no woman wants to be your only mission. Boys make a woman the center of their universe. When you're in 6th grade and you like little Sally, she's the center of your universe. Men invite a woman into their universe. Number 6, be willing to walk away. You must be willing to walk away. Let me tell you about a trip to Mexico, because I was there with a girl from my social scene and a few of my friends, and the last day there, and I was super into this girl, and we had been having a pretty good time, but now she's treating me like I'm her bratty little brother, right? She's just being dismissive and disrespectful. And then we're at the airport, and 2 spots open up for an earlier flight, and they make an announcement asking if anybody wants to go on this other flight. Now, since our whole group couldn't get on that flight, I was like, nah, and she demands we take that flight. Now, the old me, I would have caved, right? Sure, whatever you want. I would have been just happy to be with her. But instead I looked at her and I go, listen, I came with my friends. I'm leaving with my friends. You're free to go on that flight though. And as much as I was into her at the time and I was really into her, I meant it. I was 100% ready to watch her walk into a plane without me. Guess what happened? Her attitude completely changed. She apologized, she stayed, and she treated me differently for the rest of the trip home. Here's the lesson. The willingness to walk away is the ultimate display of masculinity. Not as a tactic, not as a bluff, not as an ultimatum, but as a genuine willingness to lose her if she does not meet your standards. Women can feel the difference between a guy who's faking it and a guy who genuinely knows his worth. Boys are terrified of losing her. Men know they can walk away at any time. Number 7. pass her tests without flinching. So let's talk about one of the biggest aha moments that guys have when they finally get this game of dating, of women, the whole psychology behind it. She's not being difficult. She's testing you. That sarcastic jab, that last minute plan change, that comment like, you seem nervous. Yeah, it's not random. It's her seeing if your frame holds when she gives it a little shake. I was at a bar once and I'm talking to this woman and things are going well and we're bantering, vibing, and out of nowhere, she glances at my drink and I don't know what I ordered, a pina colada or something stupid and girly. And she goes, what did you order? Now, on paper, it's nothing, but a lot of guys know that moment because it's like not really about the drink, it's about whether you suddenly feel the need to defend yourself. And that's where most guys blow it. They start backpedaling like, no, I just wanted something fruity tonight, or I'm not really drinking much tonight. I want, like, they actually make it pretty good here. Like, they're going through their mind trying to find a reason to justify why they ordered a drink, or why they're wearing a certain outfit, or why they have a certain haircut, or why they have a beard, or why they're with this friend, or that. None of it matters, because when you're explaining a whiskey soda like you're in front of a Senate hearing, that's the whole test. She threw a little social pressure in your lap, a little tension, to see if you abandon yourself the second she raises an eyebrow. So I just looked at her and I was like, yeah, I like you. Want a sip? That was it. No defending, no over-explaining, no trying to come up with some witty comeback, right? And you could feel the shift instantly because I didn't defend myself. I didn't explain myself. I just held my reality. That's the test. She's checking, can I shake his confidence, right? I always talk about this idea of your frame, and your frame is, will you abandon your reality to enter hers? She criticizes something. Are you gonna abandon it to make her opinion more valuable than your own? Are you gonna feel the need in your reality to defend your reality, or are you just gonna keep operating in it and let her see that like she does not affect it? What you're essentially doing is she's checking to see, like I said, if she can shake your confidence, and you're answering, cute try, but no. Boys crumble under pressure. Men pass the test without breaking a sweat. So look, if you take nothing else from this video, remember this. Being a man isn't about being bigger, richer, louder. It's about operating in the masculine frame, inviting her into your reality instead of chasing hers. It's about leading. It's about having standards and enforcing them without giving speeches. It's about being comfortable in tension instead of running from it. It's about having a mission that's bigger than any woman. It's about being willing to walk away, because here's the truth. Women don't respect boys who try to please them. They respect men who know their own value and make her work to earn a place in your world. That shift doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you start understanding the invisible dynamics that govern attraction, the tests she's running, the frame battles happening under the surface, the moments where attraction is won or lost without a single word even being spoken. And that's exactly what I break down in my book, The Invisible Game. Inside of the book, I show you the subtle tests that women run and how to pass them every single time, the hidden power plays that determine who leads the relationship, and the silent moments where attraction is created or it's destroyed. If you've ever felt like you were doing everything right but still getting treated like a second option, if you've ever watched a woman you wanted end up with some guy who just seemed to get it, well, this book turns you into that guy. And it's not a collection of, hey, here's tactics. It builds the entire frame. I've mentioned this concept of the masculine frame. Well, that's what this book helps you develop. One by one, brick by brick, layer by layer, you're building a frame that does not crumble because a woman raises her eyebrow at you or makes a snarky comment or cancels plans one night. So you can get The Invisible Game at the link in the description or at invisiblegamebook.com. And what I want to leave you with is, stop being the boy she calls for favors. Start being the man she can't stop thinking about. As always, if you like this video, hit the like button so other guys find it. Leave me a comment and let me know what your biggest take was out of the video. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future ones.